John, I'm going to borrow a term from Coach Otzelberger that'll make him very, very happy. You guys really controlled the pace of that game against North Dakota State on Saturday.
Well, we came out and we're never, we got the lead and never were behind, and a couple things in terms of controlling it. I don't think North Dakota State's used to that.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I thought we played with a ton of confidence, and they maybe pressed a little bit.
It started on that opening drive. I mean, Taryn came out 5 for 5, and really, we know what he does scrambling, but just the ability even to step up a couple of steps in the pocket, just buy him a little bit of extra time, and he's so effective when he does that.
He is, and his feet give him extra time, whether he's bailing out or dancing around in the pocket. He's the complete student athlete, and he had a special day.
So North Dakota State comes back, and they drive to tie the game, and you got a little bit of a glimpse of what could have been a problem with Easton Stick. And again, here's a guy that's not a prolific runner, but when he does run the football, can pick up third downs and really stretch a defense, and you saw a little bit of that on their touchdown drive.
Yeah, and he is a good runner. He really is. And based on the running back situation, they've lost a number of running backs. I thought they would use him even more in the running game, but he's a competitor. He's a great player, fun to compete against, and just one of those guys, when you're not playing him, you cheer for him.
And you can't say enough about your defense, John. And I mean, we know the stars of this defense. We know what they can do. But we'll also, it was a real team effort. You're talking about the depth of your defense was probably more on display in this game than it had been all year.
Jeff, this game, based on what you just said, this game defined what it means to play your last play. Mason Lyseth played one play in the game. He recovered a fumble. Mm-hmm. Marshawn Harris, backup corner, played 3 plays. He forced a fumble. Zy Mosley, backup corner, played 6 plays, got an interception. Huge plays in this football game, and that's what we preach. Play it like it's your last play. Give it everything you got for your team, and we did. We had a team effort on defense.
If I had told you were going to go 3 of 12 on third down against North Dakota State, would you have liked your chances of winning that game?
I would not have, unless you'd have said we're going to get 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
Then I would have weighed my answer. You know what? They're a really good defense. We are really good in third down conversion. So
yeah.
Their strength met our strength, and they won that battle in third down.
You showed confidence with your offense, though, going on forward on fourth down. I know it didn't work for you one time, but the other time it did, and it was the first fourth down conversion the Bison had given up all year.
Yeah. Again, Taryn bought some time by stepping up in the pocket. They had a max blitz. We picked it up, and Jake Winicky has a way of getting open, and that may be the biggest play in the football game.
Was the biggest tackle of the game the one Chase Vinatieri made, not just from in terms of what it meant for the game, but just in terms of getting your guys fired up to see your kicker go down and make a hit like that?
Yeah, that was cool. And, through the whole week, we had put on our keys, our focus, be more physical in special teams, be more physical in offense, defense. I didn't think it would come from our kicker, but he displayed great physicality.
John, you're so caught up in a football game. There's so many things going on, so many things to occupy your time. It's hard to think in terms of human emotions sometimes because you're so locked into what's going on. When Adam Anderson puts that ball on the ground late in the game, was there a part of you that thought, oh, boy, here we go?
There was I had a piece about this game. I believed we were going to win it coming out. I'd watched our guys practice. Was I disappointed in Adam because he's such a great catcher of punts? Disappointed, yes, but still they're not in the end zone yet. So I had belief there we could potentially force them to kick a field goal. But I believe in our team. I believe in them until the last whistle, and they came out and won the game. And
getting pressure on the quarterback, which has been something you've been looking for all year and has been an area that you certainly have emphasized that you need to improve upon. You got about as much pressure in this game as you did maybe in 2 or 3 games combined during the year.
And that's interesting. We're playing a team that would rather run the football in North Dakota State, and we get 3 sacks against them. So, again, they were playing from behind, out of their comfort zone. Coach Brown knew at a certain point in the game they have to throw the ball. So we got one early, though. It was a huge sack down by the goal line that our field position in this game was tremendous compared to theirs.
A game like this obviously is huge. Everyone wants to make a big deal out of it. I know you're going to approach it as another win, and a big win certainly over a quality opponent. But you got another quality opponent coming in, and there's no way that you can have any sort of an after effect from this big win affect you in this game coming up on Saturday.
Well, there's no way you can do it. The fact is we got 80 guys who are going to dress on Saturday, and like you said, a number of them are going to have a chance to impact the game. We got 11 coaches, including myself, and we all have to be totally focused on winning yesterday, winning today, focusing on not only putting in a game plan, but getting better in our fundamentals. And then I think that'll take care of that concept of having a hangover or whatever it's called when you have a big win. We'll be ready.
And I know you don't spend much time with the players talking about the standings, but let's talk about it for a second. I mean, this game is crucial because you got such a logjam of teams right there, one game out of the lead.
Well, it's crucial for the Missouri Valley standing. It's crucial, and that's crucial in terms of making the playoffs and seeds in the playoffs. And I'm glad we're playing at home. Illinois State's a really good football team, and we just need to be ready to play 60 minutes of Jackrabbit football.
This was a team that used to be known for a very, very high-powered offense, but right now with defense, they're getting it done. Second-best team defense in the Missouri Valley, and they're among the top 10 in the nation against the run.
They're excellent. They're physical. They're sound. They have maybe the best front four, and there's some really good players in the Missouri Valley, but maybe the best collection of defensive linemen of anybody. And so, again, our fat guy's going to have to be ready. Taryn's going to have to be ready, and it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, you talk about Keene and Lambert and Conley. These are the guys that are all within the top 12 of the guys getting to the quarterback in all the Missouri Valley. Yeah,
and they're not blitzing to give them free them up. They are simply winning one-on-one battles. They're dominant type players. They're really special players.
And then Tyree Horton behind him at linebacker, he's kind of the key of the defense as well.
He is. He runs the defense. Their secondary, they have all their starters back from last year, so they're a really well. There's a reason they're as high statistically. They've got a good defense and mature guys.
And you're going against another team, John, that is good at time of possession. And they're top 10 in time of possession. We saw how that did not work in your favor going against Youngstown State, but how you flipped the script and had it work in your favor again against North Dakota State. And again, time of possession sometimes in these games can be very, very crucial.
Yeah, without a doubt. And that's not just your offense. That's your defense getting off the field, giving your offense a chance. That was the Youngstown State game. And so we just need to be ready to play every play like it's our last. And get off the field when we can. You know, interesting to have 35 minutes of time of possession against NDSU, but be 3 out of 12 in third down. So that's an interesting stat. That normally doesn't match up.
A couple of really good young running backs, a couple of sophomores for them in Robinson and Smith. These are two guys that average between the two of them about 130 yards a game.
They're good. They're really good. And not only are they good inside the tackles, but when they get out in space, they can go the distance. They've had a ton of big plays by the receivers, by the running backs, and so we need to be sound. We need to be in our gaps. We need to grab cloth and then team tackle these guys.
Jake Colby's a guy who has played in the Missouri Valley at the quarterback spot, and he's kind of had a mixed year so far this year, John.
Yeah, he has. They've had a couple games where, especially the Southern Illinois game, where you wonder what happened, because I never watch a game film. I always watch cut-ups.
Yeah.
So turnovers are always big. Momentum's big. He'll be ready to play. Coach Spack knows what's at stake here. I mean, this is a must-win for those guys. It's a must-win for us.
And when they go up top, Spencer Schnell has been about as good as anybody receiving the football for them this year.
Yeah, he's a quick little guy. Not a lot of these types of guys on our football teams in the Missouri Valley, but this kid is special. He's only 5'9" in the program, so he's probably not even 5'9", but he can really scoot.
We touched on it earlier, John, and this is where this business-like approach from your program really comes into play, because you've got North Dakota State on one side of the schedule. You got South Dakota on the other side of the schedule. And it would be so easy for so many people to talk about either one of those two things. But again, you've got business at hand that you've got to take care of, and a very good opponent on your home field, and the last chance for your seniors to play a regular season home game at the new stadium.
Yeah, it's senior day. On that note, it's Military Appreciation Day, which I expect we're going to honor our military in a special way. It's a huge game. And seldom have I ever had anybody, especially our football team, talk about the upcoming game after the one we're preparing for. So we need to get over the NDSU victory, which we have, and really focus on Illinois State.
Injuries, let's talk about those. I know Taryn was in a sling after the game. What's his status at this point?
He's good. Yeah, okay. He's good. He just had a bruise, just trying to take pressure off it, get through his treatments. We have an unbelievable training staff, by the way. They're the MVPs of our program. They take great care of our players. We get 2 linebackers back. Both our will linebackers back, Kleinschmidt and Urbanic. And then we're going to miss out on a backup defensive tackle.
Other than that, everything's good. That's great.
Yeah, we're in good shape. And again, we have a great training staff that really helps our guys in a lot of ways.